Hey everybody, I'm really excited to be doing this video today. I'm finally going to be unboxing this Acer Predator 300 gaming laptop. But before I get to that part, please make sure you like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Could use all the momentum I can get. Before I get into opening this box up, I just want to talk about why I'm making this video. So I bought this 60 days ago, and it's still in the box obviously, and I've been holding off on opening it up because, as you can probably tell from the environment around me, that things are a little bit disheveled. I've been in the process of doing some renovations to my place, and I was like, I'm not going to open that laptop until after I get all these things done. 60 days go by, I'm pretty much done, almost. I know it doesn't really probably seem like it in the background. Maybe I'll do like a little tour or something in a different video just to kind of show all the work that I did. But I'm pretty much done. Had a little incident with upstairs neighbor having a leak which damaged my ceiling, and now I'm waiting for the whole process of them fixing that, whatever. Doesn't matter, no one cares. But can't wait any longer. I gotta open this thing up because honestly I really need it if I'm gonna record any videos and play any video games or do any live streaming and recording. The computer I have now is just not up to snuff, and this beast is pretty awesome. So I'm going to kind of rush through the unboxing a little bit because I don't really think it's going to be like all that exciting, but I do want to talk about why I got this specific one. Alright, and please excuse the fact that I'm not going to do all these fancy different camera angles and all that. This is clearly one of my first videos, so I just got to get it done. So we're just going to move forward with that. Alright, so this is just sort of like the outer shell. Nothing too exciting. Predator box. Looks like my dachshund, Tony, is about to join us in this video. So when you first open it up, there's some styrofoam, and there's another box inside, which I'm actually more excited about this box. It's nicely packaged. It looks like there's something else on the side of the box. We'll get to that in a second. Hi, Tony. He's a little bit of a attention seeker. Yes, you are. Yeah, I'm talking about you. All right, so let me get rid of these styrofoam cubes. There's an envelope with, I assume, the manual or whatever, maybe some warranty stuff. So take another look at this box. This box is made of a slightly nicer material. It's smoother. This logo is really nice. I don't know if that's like screen printed on because it's kind of beveled a little bit. And then there's like this nice glossy, I guess, kind of ink or material. It looks kind of metallic too, depending on how the light hits it, which is pretty awesome. And it's not, the corners aren't really like smooth or round or sleek in a sense. They're really kind of hard angled. And then there's this Acer seal. What does it say? It says, check contents if seal is broken. Seal is not broken. There's two of them. They're both good, so presumably this hasn't been modified at all. They do look like they're going to be a little difficult to open, so I'm going to use this pocket knife that I usually have on me. It's a little bit more than a pocket knife, I guess, but here we go. Whoop. And whoop. And just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and close this, put it back in my pocket. And let's see if I can open this up. Nothing there. Hi, Tony. This isn't for you, baby. No. Why you gotta come say hi when I've got all this stuff in my lap? This is really beautiful, I gotta say. When I open this up, seeing those red highlights, accenting the monitor, and even kind of like down here, it's really nice. It's really just kind of compact in here. So let's see what happens next. Make sure nothing falls out. Well, that's cool. There's like this tab here that's kind of stuck to the sticker. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but as I pull it up, it's kind of like removing the protective wrap on the laptop. Let's see. Oh, no, okay. Wasn't strong enough to hold. But I guess you just do this. a little satisfying. The under portion of this is really nice too. Look at that red. So I don't know a whole lot about the ventilation system for this. I know Razer is well known for making state-of-the-art cooling technology. This isn't a Razer, obviously. That's way more expensive than this one. Gosh, I don't know how much this is going to collect fingerprints. You can already kind of see I've got some down here. But it doesn't seem like more are showing up as I touch it now. This feels really nice and cool. Like, it's a little colder here now. It's like, I don't know, 60 degrees outside or something. And so maybe it's being impacted by the weather. But in general, it just has it's just like cool in temperature. And it's really sleek. I don't know if this actually is metal, but it looks like it. And this red is like a nice sort of translucent plastic. I wonder though how long these will last. There's a little beveled edge here that raises up this side of the laptop above this. And I'm not sure what the entire thought process is there, but just in looking at it, I can see to where if I were to put it down like this, the red part wouldn't necessarily come in contact with the table. So that might help extend its life, but I do kind of worry that that might fall out at some point. I can't say I've ever had a laptop that has just sort of decorative plastic lines like this. I mean, obviously other computers have logos and whatnot, but somehow those seem a little bit more secure than these. We'll see. I've got this sort of additional plastic edge, which seems kind of similar in feel to what's back here, even though this has more of these like little triangle shaped patterns. All right, let's open this up. What do we got? Nice little protective cover for the monitor between the keyboards. Pretty much a description of what it can do. It does have a backlight, but I don't think there are any different colors. It's basically the theme is red and black, and that's pretty much what you get color-wise. Nice, action gaming keys highlighted in red as well. Dolby audio. It's nice. I did not remember that. So pretty sexy machine. I'm going to leave a link to the details on how you can check out this machine on Amazon. But I mainly just wanted to unbox it and just get this unboxing video out of the way. As far as some of the details, it has a 144 hertz refresh HD display, which is pretty sweet. Although I'm probably going to just hook it up to a dock and use dual monitors. So I won't really be using the monitor for that much that's built in on this display anyways. But if I wanted to, it's got a nice one. And as you can kind of tell, it's a little bulky. I mean, this is not something you would expect from a Razer, but it's not awful either. I mean, come on. Like, this is a really nice computer that you can easily carry around. Maybe it's a few pounds. Big deal, big whoop. I'd rather do that and not spend $3,000, to be honest. But a little bit more about the details. It's got an Intel 6 core i7, and this is the important part. This is the part that I was really excited about. It's an 8750H Intel. So the i7 and then hyphen 8750H. Now, if you do research on the specs of the different Intel processors that you can get right now, and you can compare and contrast, like this one is sweet. It's just really powerful, really nice, but it's not one of the newest chips, so it's not outrageously expensive, but at the same time, it's an updated version of an older chip, and it just like crushes so many other of the processors. So I highly recommend that. And then the graphics card has got a GeForce GTX 1060 6GB graphics card, which is can be overclocked. Now, if I remember correctly, I think when you first boot this thing, you have an option to go into some of the initial like software settings and set the overclock speed, which is nice. So it's not, you don't have to be super great with computers in order to figure it out. It actually has some of the software built into the motherboard and the graphics card. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is, for me, perfect. I know that there are faster RAMs out there. I believe this can be upgraded too, to 32, if I remember correctly. There'll probably be another video just kind of going into the specs at some other point. But like I said, this is mainly just unboxing and getting me out the door. What else? Oh, it's got a 256 solid state drive, which is pretty sweet. And then the best part about this, it's $1,200. $1,200. That kind of sounds like a lot, but at the same time, it's not, because I initially tried to go out and figure out how could I build my own machine, and I looked at all different configurations, and at the end of the day, the cost of me doing it myself and all the time and the possible things that could go wrong versus just getting a machine that's already pre-built, it just seemed like it'd be more efficient for me to just go ahead and buy one that's already assembled. But then when I started looking at the sort of specs that I wanted, it was really difficult to find something that was in the niche that I was looking for, because I didn't want to necessarily have the most expensive, the most powerful everything, but I also didn't want to compromise so much that I didn't have enough power, and I just had a bunch of cheap parts and components and whatnot. And for me, this is the Goldilocks machine right now. You get a lot of power, you get high quality parts. It's capable of being upgraded up to a point. It's not complete trash. Now, I haven't tested this part yet, but I've heard that it stays cool for the most part, doesn't really overheat. I've heard some mixed things about the keyboard that's built in, but once again, I'm probably going to be hooked up to a dock, so I won't really be using it anyways. And like I said earlier, the display is really good, even though I probably won't use that much anyways either. So I feel like the compromises here come more with the body itself, like the keyboard especially, and probably the mouse pad. But I mean, come on, does anyone really play games with a mouse pad that's like built into this thing? I don't think so. So for me, it's also better than a desktop. I really wanted a desktop because I like the idea of building one and then being able to upgrade everything or replace anything and kind of keep costs down over time. But this was such a perfect balance of everything that I wanted that I just had to get it. And I think I've really been telling my friends, like, hey, like, maybe you don't have a ton of money, but this is great. Like, it can do pretty much everything that you want it to. It might kind of break the bank a little bit, but at least it's not like $2,000-$3,000 like a Razer would be, because I would love to get a Razer, but I've heard that they get really hot, and I don't really need something that's like as thin as this envelope, This is perfect. It's probably going to spend most of the time on a table, hooked up to a dock, be using my own monitors and keyboards and whatever mouse I feel like using. So I highly, highly recommend it. If you have any other questions about this, feel free to leave a comment down below. Especially since if you want me to go more into the specs, like the different types of ports that it has, or do a review after I've been using it for a while, let me know what you might like to see me test or go into. More than happy to review that. So yeah, just leave your comments in the section below. I'll leave a link to the laptop on Amazon and the details below. And if you could help me out, once again, as a reminder, to just go ahead and like the video and subscribe. And you can be part of the core group that helps me kind of get this channel rolling. And you can influence what videos I make and where we go from here. So anyways, thanks for checking it out, and take it easy. Peace.